Gemini, it's Robin here from AriesFireTarot. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. I'm just getting ready to do a love reading, and I'm going to do one for singles and couples, and I'm going to be using the Gilded Fire Tarot. It's not the Gilded Fire Tarot, it's the Gilded Tarot. I think I should just create my own deck already. So I shuffled a little bit before I pressed record, and I just did a deck cut as I was pressing the button. So I'll shuffle a little bit more for you guys. Just want to clear the deck a little bit for you. I hope everybody's having a great day or a week or whatever. I'm going to do this guidance for the next week coming up, or whenever you happen to click on the link. And just a note that this is a general reading, and it's not going to resonate with everybody out there, every Gemini tuning in. If you do want your own one-on-one reading, please book one by sending me an email to AriesFireTarot@gmail.com. So thank you for listening to the preamble while I shuffled. I'm ready to start pulling some cards for your love reading, and I'm going to start with singles. So the first card is basically a broken heart, right? Taking some hits, somebody close to you, you're having some sort of disagreement, but if you follow the cloud path upwards, it starts gray and it dissipates as it goes to the top. So maybe you're just getting over an ex, or okay, so this is the Four of Cups, you guys, and this is an indication from my spirit guides that you might be missing something that is right in front of you. And I keep saying something instead of somebody. You could be missing a love opportunity. You see that there is a great big cup being handed down to this person leaning against the tree, and there's cups all around him. And in cups in tarot, they refer to emotions. So this guy's like spaced out and not even noticing what's going on. And it could be because like maybe you still have feelings for your ex, right? Let's see, I'll pull another card. However, it looks like you have a big victory on the way related to love. So interesting, I got just a flash in my mind that, interesting, 4 to 6 months. And then the next card I pulled here is the Eight of Cups. So that means that it looks like you are well on your way to repairing your broken heart, or maybe you're not quite a single and you need to break up with somebody. Like you've been planning a breakup for quite some time, but you're kind of putting it off and putting it off. When I see the Eight of Cups here, excuse me, I just can't handle sleeves. The Eight of Cups, it's like you're feeling like you still could possibly go back and try again in a relationship, or you possibly could think of getting back together with your ex. But I think if you're looking to the future, you're starting to realize that the last person you were in a relationship with wasn't an ideal partner for you. Just no matter what was going on, you kept getting hurt over and over again, right? So I see this is a very powerful indication that you are ready to continue on with your life and move down the path of love a little bit. And I think that's what this victory card is related to, is that you're actually going to empower yourself to move on. And you're going to move to a space in your heart where you can accept this offer of love that's coming in. And either this has happened, or the universe is sort of holding off bringing this to you because you're still sort of on your way to making the decision where, like this decision right here, where your future is brighter than your past or your current situation. So it does look like you're very close to moving on, and I do see like a new love interest coming in, or your relationship, a new relationship moving to the next level within 4 to 6 months for you. And that might sound like a long time if you're single right now, but time just flies, right? So, and if this is the person that you're meant to be with for the rest of your life, what's 4 to 6 months in the grand scheme of things? So if you are still like waiting for that perfect person, or like the next person or whatever, no judging, to cross your path, it's just a really good time to continue to work on yourself here. And I see that that is your intentions. So it looks like a bit of a troubled, not too distant past for you, or it's still happening, but it's going to clear up. And then you'll be ready to say yes to this new offer of love coming in for you. So Gemini singles, I hope this resonates with some of you. If it does, like, give me a shout out in the comments, or hit the like button, bucket, hello. Yeah, feel free to subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to be putting out readings basically every week, so you guys don't want to miss them. So I'm going to leave your singles reading there, and I'm going to move on to Geminis in relationship. Or if you're dating a Gemini, you might want to watch this and get some sort of advice into a situation that might be happening. Gemini singles, it's not necessary for you to actually drop off at this point, because it could be good advice related to Geminis overall that didn't appear in the singles reading. So feel free to stay tuned. Excuse me, you guys. I don't know if you can see that my cheeks are a little flushed. I was just out walking my dog, and it's like -6 or whatever, but the wind is pretty good right now, so I neglected to wear a scarf, so shame on me, but like my cheeks are on fire, warming up a little bit, so but I wanted to get this reading for you guys, and I've been thinking about it all day, so here we go. Gemini in relationships. I actually had a ton of cards fall out here. 1, 2, 3. That's not bad, actually. There's 5. I'm going to take them because I don't often have an avalanche of cards come out like that. So let me dispense with the deck over to the side. So I'm going to read them in the order that they fell up. So I've got the first card I've got for you guys is the Devil card. So the Devil card, this could be relating to sort of some shady behavior or like addictive behavior that the universe is saying this pretty much needs to stop, right? I'm just flipping the cards around because I don't do reversals. That just doesn't make sense to me. So something needs to stop in your relationship right now, and it is some sort of situation going on between the pair of you, and I can see that you look exhausted by this, whatever is going on in your relationship, right? So it's like something is keeping you up at night, just thinking and stressed out because of something that I think your partner is, this is the celebration card. So I think possibly you have a partner that is maybe hanging out with the work crew, like they're choosing to go out for drinks instead of coming home. Like they could be, I'm getting the feeling that somebody is like really into sports and they are going out and watching the game with the boys or the girls or whatever, you know, and then they're kind of just staying out, you know, because they keep on giving themselves an excuse why it's not necessary for them to come home. Like, oh, you know, they're already probably asleep right now, and oh, I could just have one more. And, you know, just they're sort of deprioritizing your relationship with their perceived obligation to their friends. I just think that whatever situation is going on here right now, and I do think it is centered around somebody is partying, or they're spending a lot more time with their friends than they are with their partner, who is you. And like for me, like I find that kind of appalling when people do that. Because I think that if you're going to take the time to be in a relationship, you should be in the relationship. Like that person should be prioritized. You shouldn't be sitting at home wondering like why you're not good enough for your partner to hang out with. And they're out like having a great time. I'm sorry to say this, I don't really think that they're thinking about you too much. And that's why we've got the Devil card here, is because that needs to stop. And I think I just don't see that you've actually taken any action and sat down and said anything. I think you're sort of holding this in. Maybe you don't want to start a fight. Maybe you just don't want to see if you get blown off and pushed to the side in favor of social ambitions on your partner's behalf. I think there's something going on where you're just afraid to speak up for some reason. And I'm actually getting the impression that you might have been in kind of an abusive relationship before, and it's kind of I want to say tainting. Like I was trying to pick another word, but that's the word that I'm given here by my spirit guides. You're allowing that behavior from the past, like from an ex, to sort of flow through into your current relationship. But I see there's a Knight of Swords sitting here too that fell out. I see that there is something coming in to help you. And whether this is, it could be a friend of yours with the Knight of Swords that is kind of sick of watching you sit at home and basically feel like shit while your partners, they're out, like they're not acting like they're single, but you know what I mean? I don't think they're out like looking for somebody to mess around with, but they're definitely, they could be putting some more work into being a decent partner. So I think you've got a friend, and you've got like I think it's a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, that they are just, you know, they've been listening to you complain a little bit, and rightfully so. Like, this is painful for you, but you're also not doing anything about it. So you have somebody in your life with this sort of dryly sarcastic, witty, high energy person, and they're just gonna say, you know what, it's time for you to do something. And this, what this Four of Swords is all about. It's like you are just, you don't want to pick a fight, right? Like you put your swords down from your last relationship, and you kind of feel like, well, here we go again. But it's not here we go again. This is not the same thing. This is not an abusive partner. It's like, I got the words like idiot partner flash into my head. They're just clueless. Like they're like like a rambunctious puppy, you know, when they're sort of like, ooh, I'm having a great time. And you need to tell them, you need to go like, hey, I wouldn't mind being invited, or maybe we could schedule date night. And maybe if you make plans with me, you could keep your plans with me instead of dropping me at the first sign of like a lad's night, for the lack of a better phrase. But you know what I mean? There's so many people that they want to be in a relationship, and then their mind is blown when it doesn't work out. We're like, oh, you know, why is he or she so pissed off at me, right? And meanwhile, like, hello, you know, where's your attention going? So I see a little boost of energy coming in here for you in the way of a friend, and it's gonna like spark a little bit of a fire underneath you. And I just want to pull one more card for you guys. This is a crappy situation to be in, you know, like we don't get into a relationship to spend our nights alone, you know, feeling like shit, you know, and to have your partner come home at like 1 o'clock in the morning tiptoeing so they don't wake you up. But meanwhile, you're not sleeping, you know? You're not sleeping. I want to pull one more card. Okay, here you go. So here's the strength card for you guys. So the universe is sending you some strength. Because you can handle this. I think you genuinely have like a real love for this person, and I think they really love you too. They're just being themselves, and they're not doing it intentionally is what I'm seeing. There's just no intention to hurt you. They're just being oblivious. So like, find your strength. Is that annoying? Oh my God, I'm sorry, you guys. I feel like it's just punching in the point, right? Okay, so be strong. And if you need help from a friend, get it. You know, if you want your relationship fixed, fix it. Yeah, because everybody deserves a partner that is going to spend a decent amount of time with them. So that's what I'm seeing for Geminis in relationship. I hope this evens out for you guys. Yeah, so anyway, leave me a comment if this applies to you, or if you're working on it, or if it gets better. I'm interested to hear when things resolve. Shoot me an email if you don't want to make it a public comment. I get those too. So yeah, super cool, you guys. Thanks for letting me read cards for you. I really appreciate it. Remember to subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate that too, and all the likes and views and shares. Awesome. Thanks, you guys. I'll leave it there. I'm gonna wrap it up. Peace.